This is the Westinghouse WGen7500c home backup portable generator, and here's my honest take after using it through outages and a bunch of real-life tests. My first impression was simple. It's a brute. Heavy, steel frame, big 420cc engine, thick handles, and those never flat wheels that roll fine on concrete, but feel stiff on gravel and soft ground. I had to take my time moving it around. Build feels tough and no nonsense. Rubber outlet covers, a sturdy fuel cap, and a clean, well-labeled control panel. Key features that matter to me are the 7,500 running watts and 9,500 peak watts, the 6.6-gallon tank with a readable fuel gauge, the push-button electric start with a remote T-fob, a CO sensor for safety, GFCI protected 120V household receptacles, and a 120-240V L14-30R twist lock that's transfer switch ready. It has an OHV engine with a cast iron sleeve, which is a fancy way of saying it's built to last under stress. There's AVR, automatic voltage regulation, to keep voltage steady when loads kick on and off. The VFT screen helps with maintenance timing and basic stats. Noise is rated at about 72 dBA, which isn't whisper quiet. More on that soon. From my experience setting it up, the plug-and-play claim held up. The box included oil, a funnel, a charger, and the remote fob. Filling the oil was a bit awkward because the fill port angle isn't friendly, but it's manageable with patience. The wheel kit works, but this isn't what I'd call portable. It's rollable. Lifting it into a truck bed is a two-person job on a good day. Starting it is where the WGen7500c really won me over. The remote key fob is surprisingly useful. In bad weather, pressing start from inside and letting it warm up saves time and keeps me out of the rain. The automatic choke works well. On cold mornings, I noticed a short hunting behavior for a few seconds before the engine settles. Recoil backup works, but pulling a 420cc engine by hand isn't fun, and there's one nuance to know. The fuel shutoff solenoid needs battery power. If the battery is dead, the engine may not run even if you yank the cord. I keep a small trickle charger on the battery and a jump pack nearby. That solved the only reliability hiccup I had. Power-wise, this thing delivers. I hooked it to my manual transfer switch using the L1430 cord and ran a well pump, 240 volts, fridge, freezer, lights, and tested the microwave and some outlets at the same time. You can hear the engine dig in when a heavy load hits, but voltage stays stable thanks to the AVR. In my opinion, 7,500 running watts is the sweet spot for a house that needs water, refrigeration, lighting, and small appliances without micromanaging every switch. Now, a key topic. Power quality. This is a standard open-frame generator, not an inverter model. It can have higher THD, total harmonic distortion. In plain English, THD is how messy the AC wave is compared to the clean power you get from the grid. Motors and heaters don't care much. Computers and electronics might. I run my desktop and networking gear off a double conversion UPS when I'm on this generator, and I've seen older LED bulbs flicker a bit. If you're powering sensitive electronics or high-efficiency furnace control boards, know what they can handle. It's perfect for pumps, fridges, freezers, space heaters, and most regular household circuits. For delicate gear, I add conditioning or keep a small inverter generator for that subset. Fuel use has been solid. With mixed loads around half capacity, I've consistently hit 10 to 12 hours per tank. That means an overnight run without waking up to refuel. The fuel gauge helps, though I noticed it hangs near full longer than expected and drops faster later. Refueling with a 5-gallon can at chest height gets old. A siphon hose or a jiggle pump makes it a lot easier and keeps spills down. The CO sensor is a reassuring safety net. It's not permission to run the unit near doors or windows, but it does add a layer of protection if exhaust drifts the wrong way. GFCI outlets are another big deal. These cut power fast if there's a ground fault, which is extra important when cords are running outside in wet conditions. One wiring note from my setup: like many open-frame units, the neutral is bonded to the frame from the factory. Your transfer switch needs to be compatible with that. I checked compatibility before wiring, and I recommend talking to an electrician if you're not sure. Noise is part of the trade-off with open-frame power. Rated at 72 dBA, it's not subtle. On concrete, the vibration seems louder. On grass, the sound softens a bit. I placed it at a safe distance and pointed the exhaust away from the house. The tone deepens with heavier loads, and the hum is noticeable inside, but it's tolerable once you get used to it. If you have close neighbors, plan the placement carefully. Maintenance-wise, it's a mixed bag. Oil changes are my biggest gripe. The drain position tends to send oil right onto the frame unless you build a little chute or install a drain hose. After my messy first change, I added a simple hose and never looked back. The air filter and spark plug are easy enough. Valve adjustments are part of OHV life. Not hard, but not exciting. The included battery is okay, though mine faded after a year and I upgraded to a better one for peace of mind. Durability feels strong overall. The frame paint holds up, the tank is sturdy, and the controls have a firm, confident feel. I've seen people mention engine mounts wearing over time on big single-cylinder units. I keep an eye on mine during oil changes. The remote fob still works great and is one of my favorite conveniences on stormy nights. In my opinion, the WGen7500c shines when you need reliable, high-output backup without fussing over every load. It's perfect for homeowners who use a transfer switch and want to keep the essentials running. Well pump, fridge, freezer, basic lights, microwave, maybe a window AC through long outages. If your setup includes sensitive electronics where you're very noise conscious, you'll want to plan for those cases with a UPS, power conditioning, or a separate smaller inverter for the delicate stuff. From my experience, the main trade-offs are high THD compared to an inverter, the weight and bulk, the oil drain design, and the single fuel limitation. I did feel a little regret not buying the dual fuel version because propane is easier to store long-term, so I stay ready with stabilized gasoline and rotate my supply. The benefits: remote start, long runtime, stout engine, transfer switch simplicity, and safety features still make it a strong value for what it does. I'd recommend this for anyone who wants a dependable home backup machine with plenty of watts, has space to place it safely, and doesn't mind doing basic maintenance. If you're in a suburban or rural area and your priority is keeping water cold, food frozen, and core circuits alive during storms, this checks a lot of boxes. If your top priority is ultra-clean power for sensitive electronics, consider pairing it with a UPS or stepping up to an inverter model for those devices. In conclusion, the Westinghouse WGen7500c feels like a rugged workhorse with smart conveniences. It's not light, it's not quiet, and it's not the cleanest power you can buy, but it starts easily, runs a long time, and carries heavy loads without drama. That balance of muscle and practicality is why it stayed in my lineup. You can find detailed information about the Westinghouse WGen7500c home backup portable generator in the comments section. See you in the next video.